morning. It's now just about 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday the 26th of July. I'm Andy and this is my allotment. It's been a couple of weeks since I put a video up. I've been very busy this month with lots of other things outside the allotment going on, and so I've not really been able to get down here much over the last couple of weeks, but I have had bits and pieces down here and things are moving on, so let's give you a quick tour around and show you where we're up to at the moment. Now, this area here is going to become new beds, hopefully this weekend. I keep saying that, but my son's coming down later on and I just need extra muscle to move the planks of wood, because as you can see, the wood that I use for the size of the beds is quite hefty. We have to cut it from 12-foot pieces down to 10 foot, and the 12-foot piece is just very, very heavy to lift and shift yourself. But anyway, this area is going to be becoming another bed. I've got some potatoes in there which are volunteers from 2 years ago. At the back of that is the manure pile, which is slowly being rooted out, all these couch grass roots going. Slow work, but we're getting there. The brassica bed. As you can see, we have a gigantic sprout plant in there with sprouts already forming on inside, and little tiny sprout at the front and a larger one around the side there. Down there we've got some cabbages. There's 3 cabbages there and 3 cabbages there, all came from the same batch. Now these have been eaten by slugs, as you can probably see. Came down last night late on. I took 3 or 4 rather large slugs off these and got rid of them. And these over here are cauliflowers, and the one big one in the middle is a swede, the only surviving swede I had from last year. Now this bed used to have my onions and my shallots in it. As you can see, they've been harvested. Still got some yellow onions at the back there and a courgette plant. This is all going to be harvested out today. The onions, sorry, are going to be harvested out and the weeding taking place. So this bed should be pristine and ready for the next lot of crops to go in. Square foot gardening, little gem lettuces, starting to bolt. There's 3 or 4 in there which need to be taken out this weekend really. Some carrots which are doing rather nicely. Although I've had a little root around the bottom, there's nothing really top wise, you know, they're not particularly bulking up at the moment. So yeah, fennel looking quite nice, although some of it is standing a bit proud of the ground. I may have to add some more compost around it. Rocket going to seed. Took out all the radishes, they just didn't do anything at all. Whether it's because they were shaded by the perpetual spinach I had in the middle at that time, before when it first started, I don't know. Tomatoes doing well. These are all getting flowers on them now. The Italian red-leaved or red-tinged lettuce, I'm not sure what you call it. This is starting to bolt as well. I've taken 3 of these out, they're very nice. And this is chicory at the back here. And behind that, more carrots. Now, as you can see from the slime trails, I've had lots of slugs in here. I had loads and loads of carrots coming up and then they all disappeared. I wonder why. Anyway, enough of that bed. Onto this one. This has got comfrey in it. Now the comfrey is getting large again. I'm going to have to trim this right back again today. It's got, I don't know if you can hear that, it's 7 o'clock in the morning and there's flats over there. And there's someone's playing Gino rather loudly. No consideration, have they? Anyway, this is purple sprouting broccoli here. Some of the bits on the edge have been eaten by pigeons. I need to get a frame over this, I just haven't got a frame ready at the moment. Now in here there's more purple sprouting at the front, so I'm not going to be totally devoid of it if they all go there. And behind it is January King lettuce, which are doing well. This is the fruit bed at the moment. Blackcurrants are all finished, gooseberries are finished, and there's some broad beans in there which are now starting to flower. They went in far too late, they should have been put in long before that, but I just didn't get around to it, it's my own fault. But some late broad beans maybe. Now, this bed, these carrots were put in the same time the ones I've just shown you, but these are really bulking up nicely. They've got some nice big thick tops on them, and behind that is rocket again, which is not gone to flower. I keep trimming it back, but it keeps coming back with flowers. Dozen celery plants doing well, coming on. Trailing squash there called Hawk, which is just starting to send out a trail. And these are my climbing French beans, which as you can see have just about reached the top of the trellis. I've tried to train them back under and trimmed a couple of them off, but overall not doing too badly. Hopefully they'll give me some nice beans later on, because last year we had lots of runner beans and lots of French beans, I've much preferred the French, to be honest. Okay, this bed needs weeding, but I've got some leeks in now, and the strawberry runners are trying to take over and bite. The strawberry plants are being trimmed today. The one bit at the back there just needs weeding. There's nothing really going in that bit. And then the raspberries. We've not had many summer raspberries this year. We've only got one plant, I think it is, and we've had a few off it, but not enough to worry about. But the rest of them, as you can see, are getting ready for fruit. The first starting to be fruit. So it looks like we've got mostly autumn or late summer fruiting raspberries here. I'm not sure what you class them as, to be honest. But either way, we should have some decent fruit off it. Right, strawberry beds are all finished. All the strawberries have gone. We've had loads and loads of strawberries off these. We must have had a good 6-7 pounds of strawberries off this lot this year. These are all being trimmed back to the core, to the crown rather, and taken care of. Then we've got rhubarb, lots of it. Now the rhubarb's still being eaten by slugs, so last night I put slug pellets down. Hopefully that will start to sort things out. Grapes. Grapevine here goes up and over, and as you can see we have some grapes. Now some of the grapes are dried on the vine because I've not been particularly up to speed with my watering. It's all my fault, not the plant's fault. But hopefully, what is it about noise today? We've got a plane going over now. Oh dear me, I hope this is not too distracting for you, sorry about that. One new thing you may not have seen is my new bed here. This is going to have the fruit bushes in, which are currently in this bed. They're going to be transplanted, so that's going to be left for veg. I will have fruit in here. I'll have a small path there, another bed, a small path, another bed, and then a polytunnel, a shed. So hopefully this will all become a nice fruit area. The grass is starting to get long. It's about 2 or 3 weeks since I cut it, and it's probably a foot long again. Again, something we'll probably do this morning if we have time. Right, quickly move on up here. This is the red currants. Well, sorry, this is the white currants in there, red currants at the back. I harvested the red. The white I decided not to take because there wasn't enough to do anything with, so I left them for the birds. And it's looking quite good, the bush. And there's a lot of weeds in there. Again, this bed needs sorting out with weed control. This one, lots of sweet corn. Doing really well, getting quite tall now. It's about 2 foot tall, looking really nice. Now down here at the front we have got parsnips. Now I put 24 parsnips in, I have 21 remaining, which I'm very pleased about. And I put in a dozen giant parsnips in the holes you can see there. Now of the giant parsnips, it looks like I may have 3 coming up, possibly 4 out of the dozen. Not a particularly brilliant germination rate. They were new seed this year, so don't know if I'll do that again. Right, potatoes. Excuse my shadow. These are my main crop potatoes. I've got 2 rows of Cara, 1 row of Sarpo Mira, and then 1 row of Anya on the end. So second earlies and main crop, depending on which website you look at, to be honest. We have had blight on the allotment, and I think that my Red Duke of York were caught by blight because the second lot of potatoes I got out of it, every last one of them mushed. So, not sure about that. So some of these might be coming out today, especially plants like this one. Now, those of you that know, is that blight? I think it is. It's quite soggy and horrible. So I think I'm going to take all the foliage off these plants today. Just trim them all back because they're all flowering, and I should leave them in the ground until I need them. This bed was my Maris Pier were. As you can see, they've all died back. Now I pulled some of these out last night just to have a quick look. The potatoes are solid, they're not mushy at all. So I just think this is normal dieback. I don't think this is blight. And I've got my row of Anya at the back there. This bed is where the Red Duke of York were. They all came out a couple of weeks ago. So they didn't do very well. And then on the front here, got some peas and some climbing beans that again aren't doing particularly well because they were in pots for far too long. But the climbing beans are doing okay. I think that's a Borlotti bean, but don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% certain. So, in general, very nice morning. The weeds are starting to get got control again in some areas, but we've got all day today to have a go at it, all morning anyway, because later on this afternoon we've got to tidy down the allotment, get everything sorted out. Oh, one thing I haven't shown you is the harvest of white onions and shallots. I'll just show you those quickly. I've got them on my drying rack on here. And as you can see, it's a fair size harvest of shallots and white onions. Now these things on here are going to be going in later on today, I think. Got some, what are those now? Artichokes, clove artichokes and purple basil. That's probably going to wait a little bit. Tomatoes, a couple of cucumbers, they've got to go in ready today. And I've got some squashes on here. I've got, what's this one? A summer crookneck squash and a black beauty that are coming up. Yeah, another crookneck there is not coming up. Another black beauty at the back not coming up yet. But I've got one of each. Not a huge amount of space to put them in, so I'm not too bothered about that. So, as I was saying, we have quite a lot of stuff to do. Weeds, especially over that side and that side, are starting to take over again. They need to be trimmed back. But every time I trim them back and build some more beds, put some more wood chip down, it holds them back a little bit more. Just going to keep on doing it and keep on top of it. Not get beaten by it, just keep on going, bit at a time. This area here needs to be planted into because otherwise it's going to start growing weeds. It's the most weed-free area I've got at the moment, so I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there. I'll have to think about it. But as I was saying, overall, lovely day. Being serenaded by music from the idiots in the flat. I mean, I must be 300 yards from there and it's clear as bell. So people in the flats must be hating that guy now. Anyway, that's enough of me for today. As I say, tidy day later on today, and then we've got to do some work with the bees. As you may know, we got a hive of bees about 8 to 10 weeks ago, and when we put them in the hive, first of all, didn't put the hive spacing right, the frame spacing, and so they started building what's called brace comb in between the frames, which makes it very difficult to put them in the right spacing now. So, we've got to be cruel to be kind, we've got to get in there, we've got to find the queen, isolate her so we don't do any damage to her accidentally, and then start carving away at the comb, get rid of everything that's surplus and put it all back in. The bees will sort it out for themselves. Not a job we're particularly looking forward to because it's going to be quite nasty, because there's going to be brood and eggs and stores and everything like that. The bees have worked hard together, which we're going to be taking away from them, which is not what we want to try and do. But if we don't do that, we're going to end up with combs we can't inspect, and anything could be hiding on there. So that's later on tonight when everyone's packed up for the day and gone. When there's nobody around, we're going to annoy with a swarm of angry bees. Anyway, enough for now. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate every one of you watching, and I appreciate your comments. They are read. Every single one of them I do read, and I try to reply to them all. It may take me a little while to get around to them. Sometimes I don't read things on the computer, it's on the mobile device, and it's a bit difficult to reply to comments on that. So if you have a comment on that I've not replied to, apologies, I will get around to you. But as I say, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.